Thinking about that, yeah. And I know we have some SOL questions that give them that same kind of thinking that you're doing. Like, okay, this is what John made with the blocks. So when you use the same blocks to make a number that's less than John's. This is actually a third grade question, but they tend to struggle with that one because they don't know what the question's asking. It's not that it's hard to find the number that's less. It's just that do they know what they're looking for is usually the problem with that. And they do that with the tables too. The way that they word those questions around those tables are tricky. So we might be able to use some of those to help us on that day.
And you can think that, it's becoming more interactive, the way the test is now. And so you can see more of that happening where they may have to drag numbers to certain boxes on a number line.
Yes.
To show how they're comparing.
We should practice putting something in place
Like
they're
that.
actually interactive, yeah.
I wonder if we could do it like in Kidspiration and or in Smartboard. One of those two places, I bet you we could really do something like that. And we could do a couple of things. Like we could, the ordering numbers thing, we could have floating, 4 numbers through the thousands place, and then they have to drag them and put them from, least to greatest or greatest to least. And then we could also have the thing where they have the number on the one side and the symbol and then that blank, and they could have to create a number that fits that.
Something I'm always into is, like, I'll give every kid in the class a number, like, just like on an envelope order. It's kind of bad, they still say Riverside on the envelope.
That's okay.
But then I'll just call students up and I say, okay, you gotta put yourselves in order from least to greatest.
Yeah.
So those become like the benchmarks, and then one by one, I'll start throwing more kids up there.
Oh, that's
And they have to figure out where they have to go and
That would be
how
great.
far would they need to go from some of those benchmarks that I put up
Yeah.
there.
I wonder if
And that
that's
gets
a
them
good
moving
way
a little
to
bit, too.
start our lesson on our second lesson, the ordering whole
On
numbers
Monday.
lesson. Yeah.
Yeah.
How